By the end of this video, you're gonna know about 10 film accessories that will take your images to the next level. They're just gonna make your life easier when out taking film, and they'll also help get you those epic shots, like number 8 on my list. Without this accessory, I don't think a lot of my favorite images would have even been possible. And then number 6 has literally saved me thousands of headaches over the years. And I've even added a bonus accessory at the end that has become one of my absolute favorites, so stick around to the end because you're not going to want to miss that. And let's just jump right into the list. So here are 10 affordable film accessories that you need. So number 1, these 120 film holders. Now, if you shoot medium format film or 120 film, these are an absolute game changer. Now, I think they're actually designed for exposed rolls, but I put all my film in here and it keeps it nice and organized and protected. And one of the biggest things I've found out over the years is when I'm out shooting, I end up, if I have the boxes and the packaging, I end up having all this garbage on me. So if I can eliminate as much garbage as I can, that really helps because I don't want that crap floating all around my camera bag and otherwise it ends up in my pockets. And this really protects the film as well. So like I said, I just kind of put them in there nice, and then I put either a rubber band or a hair tie around to keep it nice and secure, and it fits perfectly in the camera bag. Number 2, up we have filters. Filters for your film photography. In specific, I like to have these 3 as a minimal for my black and white. And this is a red one. No, this is an orange one. Yellow, orange, and red. Like I said, these are specific for black and white. And the reason that is because most black and white films are a little oversensitive to blue light, and these block out different levels of blue light hitting the film. The yellow will kind of give it a more natural look to your eye and a little bit more contrast. The orange will give it even more punch, and the red will give it kind of a unique look, blocking out most of the blue light, giving you those black dramatic skies and a lot of contrast in the shadows. Next up, we have a lens cleaning kit, but specifically one with Purasol optical. So this stuff is nothing short of a miracle. If you want a cleaner that's gonna clean your lenses and filters streak-free and just leave them looking like brand new, this is your cleaner for sure. I typically don't try to clean my lenses as much as possible. Like I try to keep a filter on there to keep that off. But if I do, I'll get all the dust and grime off with a blower or a brush, and then I'll clean these. And then I'm constantly cleaning my filters with these and just a microfiber brush, and this stuff works amazing. Apparently it was developed for NASA, at least according to their website, and for like the optics, and it's a all natural formula. There's no like abrasive chemicals. So I've had really great results with this. So check this stuff out. It's been a game changer for me. And next up we have multi-tool. I don't know how many times I've been out in the field shooting and something goes wonky or something gets messed up and you have to tighten and adjust and fix things. So this one is a small rig tool. It has all the sizes you need for most camera equipment. But then I also have just this Cabela multi-tool with a pliers and a scissors and all that kind of stuff, because like I said, you never know when you're gonna need to fix things, and there's nothing worse than being out kind of having that shot lined up and then something like falls off your camera or your tripod and you don't have anything to fix it with. So I always pack these. They're light, you can just tuck them in a pocket and you always have them with. So speaking of tools, this one is a lens shutter wrench. And so this is kind of large format specific, but you can retighten or if you have to loosen or take a lens off a board while you're out in the field. I have multiple times had lenses kind of loosen up on me or things just go wrong where I've had to use this thing more times than I would like. And it can be a lifesaver if you need it because it just fits all the different shutters. And it's literally, you're not gonna even notice it's in your bag. It's that thin and it's not very heavy. So that is a must, especially for you large format photographers out there. Now, before we wrap up this list, I'm gonna need you to smash that subscribe button. I release a new video like this every week and you are not going to want to miss them. Up next, number 6, I have anti-static brushes. And as you can see, I have multiple sizes of these. And that's because in the world of analog and film photography, dust is it's your enemy. Like, if you don't know that yet, you will. And specifically in color negative or black and white negative film, when you have dust that lands on your film, prior or during the exposure, that's going to end up being a black speck in the final image. If you get film during scanning or printing, that's going to be a white speck on the final image. So it's inevitably going to happen, but the more you combat this and stay cleanly throughout your whole process, the better. And these things are the best way to do it, in my opinion. They really are a lifesaver for dusting off your camera, your film holders, your film backs, anything like that throughout the process, so that dust doesn't accumulate and get into the camera, into the film, and ultimately make your pictures and make more work for you. Number 7, I have these 4x5 film holders bags, yeah. And again, this is gonna be for large format, but these are definitely a game changer. They hold your film holders oh so nicely, and what's even better, you can strap these onto a belt. Especially with large format, space is usually a premium in your bag, and this allows you to kind of get these out of your bag or make more room in your bag. You can strap these to a belt, you can strap these to the outside of your bag, and it just keeps things really organized. It keeps these dust free. You can use a strap, a shoulder strap with them as well. It's got these Velcro strap. It's got all kinds of ways to attach it, and that's really, really helpful. The other thing, it's got this little front pocket where I always keep an anti-static brush. This size is perfect because I always brush off right before I put these into my camera to make sure I'm not dislodging any dust while removing the dark slide onto the film and just keeping things nice and tidy. So these bags have really been helpful. I really love them. So what I personally do is I will load my film holders and they will either go directly in here, or if I have a lot of them, I'll put them in anti-static film bags. And then from there, I put them in here. I have found that Ziploc bags are about the worst thing you can do because they have static, they kind of like attract dust. So they're just, in my opinion, the worst. So I would use either like hard drive bags, you can buy them in bulk, or get yourself something like this, and that will go a long way in keeping the dust away from your film, keeping things nice and organized, and then yeah, just handy. This is very handy. All right, number 8 is a shutter release cable. And like I stated at the beginning, some of my favorite photos, they wouldn't have been possible without something like this. And this allows you to trip the shutter. You can trip the shutter and then lock the shutter down for long exposures. And on that note, this is my favorite style with the little twist lock here, especially for multi-second or even minute and longer exposures. This seems to be the best for me anyway. I've had the other ones kind of do weird things and break. So a cable release is kind of a necessity in my opinion. If you're a photographer, you should have these. You should have multiples of them in case one fails. That's one style. And then I have this, I believe is a Nikon. This one locks up a little bit differently and it does do a good job, but I have had these fail in the field where I can't do really long exposures unless I hold it down. And if you're doing an 8-minute exposure or something, which can be common in film with reciprocity failure, you don't want to sit there and have to hold it. Like I like to just lock it up and move away and not potentially move the camera or touch the camera, just let it be. So these things are a necessity, very affordable, and if you don't already have one, you should definitely get one. Up next, number 9, these little disposable rain covers. These have saved my butt multiple times. And the thing is these just go over the camera and you can cinch this down on the lens. And then it's got a little arm sleeve. So you can pretty much use them on just about any camera, and then you can punch a little hole if you really want to be able to see through the viewfinder better. But I find, if it's really, really raining hard, I'll just look right through the plastic and do my best. And the thing is you get some really, really cool images in the worst weather. So these are great to have and just tuck in your bag somewhere, and they take up no room. So these will allow you to take some really cool images in the rain or conditions where you otherwise would probably put your camera away. So these are really cool. And the last of the 10 is a film leader retriever. So these things are pretty wild, and if you ever plan on developing your own film, which I think you should, you might want to get one of these. In fact, you probably should get one of these, or a bottle opener. I always used to just take a bottle opener and pop these off in the dark and roll my film, but then I started doing more bulk loading and reusing these cartridges, and that's when I picked up one of these, and it's really handy. And now I do it every time, because even when loading your spools, it's less likely the film's gonna like all unravel on you in the dark. So you can just kind of pull it out as you need it. And it's really kind of wild how it works. So how you do this is you stick the little leader in there, close half this down with the first slider, and then you just turn it until you hear a click. There it is. Then you slide the other one in, and then you pull it out, and it brings the leader out. So pretty cool. Like I said, I started using this once I started bulk loading. That way I could just cut the leader and then tape it on there and roll it back in. However, if I can't get it in about 3 tries, I resort to this and just destroy the canister, because I get impatient. So it can be a little bit finicky, but once you get it down, it usually works, and I can't believe it actually worked on camera. So that's number 10. So let me know down in the comments below, what is your favorite affordable favorite film photography accessory? And oh, I almost forgot. The bonus is number 11, the film killer. I'm not gonna lie, that's really satisfying. This thing is, I actually look forward to like cutting up my film. It's that cool. Like this weight, like the way it rolls your film. Oh, there's a little piece in there. It's just so nice. Oh. And if you want to see my full review on the film killer, check out this video right here.